Today's video is going to be about a kid's scooter, not mine, but a neighbor a few houses down the road got one on the curb to throw away apparently, but we are going to take a look at it before we might have to do the same thing. So this is a fairly cheap model. It has an electric motor inside. So it's an electric scooter. So this is a MY68 model, 24 volts, 6 amps. So the output is supposed to be 100 watts and at about 2000 RPMs. Made by GX Motor Company Ltd. Okay, so it came from China. And it has a very simple connection here, motor with a belt. Actually the belt is in a pretty good shape. So reduction gear drives the wheel. The wheel also has a brake cable attached to it, but it doesn't work. You can press it all day and the wheel will still spin, so the brakes fail. And now here is the big battery that we are going to check what it is and whether it can take a charge. And the funniest thing is that it has some sort of a kickstand. Wow, this is doesn't qualify as such. And it's has seen some hard days because this bracket is almost broken. One other thing that I can see is the steering shaft is a little bit bent out of shape. I guess this scooter has seen some really bad faults. Overall it's in good condition though, so we'll take a look at its electrical condition. Takes 4 screws to take out the plastic cover. That is also a floorboard, and also we have to remove the seat, and we are in. There are 2 batteries. They look like lead acid batteries, and a controller. We have a charging port over here on the left, and we have a fuse and an on button on the right. I checked that the fuse is a 20 amp fuse, is good, so no problems here. Of course, when you turn it on, try to use the throttle, nothing happens, otherwise it wouldn't be thrown away, so you'll have to check what's going on. How it works, we have 2 batteries that are connected in series, and the controller looks like it looks at the throttle position and just provides probably a pulse width modulated current to the motor, because there's only just 2 wires going to the motor, so it's a very simple construction, and we should be able to see what's wrong with it fairly quickly. I connected one of the leads to the fuse input, and the other one I had to back probe the negative of a battery. And what do I see? Well, it's 0.4 volts when it should be 24. Obviously our battery is flat. We have to do something about it. The complication is that the charging port is expecting, I would say, 24 volts. But I don't have 24 volt charger for a lead acid battery. I pretty much have the car charger that is for 12 volts. So we might have to improvise, or maybe I have some 24 volt charger lying around. I'll have to take a look. The batteries are glued in using the adhesive strips, so it takes a little bit of a while to figure out how to get them out nicely. You just need to get a right angle, just pushing it the right way, and then they come out. And so they're out. And what do we see? We have the terminals. This is a 1/4 inch spade terminal, but it's also soldered in, so it's kind of fun. Removing it, if we're replacing the battery, would be pretty fun if we have to, but for now we'll just try to charge each battery separately, because now we see that they are 12 volt each. CB412 is the model of the battery, and we will try to use a charger for the car. It's a supposedly smart one, so it shouldn't put too much current into those small batteries, because right now we have 0.2 volt on each battery. That's not good enough for us, for sure. So we have two batteries out, and I've tried to charge each of them using a charger for a motorcycle or car battery, and it didn't really recognize what it is, so I didn't even try to charge. Instead, I used a power supply, 5 volts, connected directly to one of the batteries. It does have 5 volts on it, but the current is 0. It looks like it's not even taking the charge at all. So I guess at least one of the batteries is bad. I'll check the other one later on, but it might happen that the batteries are dead completely and cannot be reused at all. If the battery is out of commission, what I did, I took the power supply, 24 volts, dial up 5 amp maximum, connect right to the controller, put the fuse back in, turn it on. It consumes 27 milliamps. Now when I do the throttle thing, the wheel moves, so it actually works. Everything but the battery works. The brake part is making horrible noises. I guess the brake will not work for us, but in any way, all the electricals are good. This scooter will never ride again on the street, but it's good for parts, which I will obviously harvest, at least some of them. Okay, it was very easy to disassemble it, and now it's all in pieces on my workbench. The final thing is the bench test, so I have it all wired up, and I'm just going to press, and yeah, we have amperage and you have the motor spooling up. It all works, everything's good.